Hey, Lawrence, how about a little help?
Dude, that's not a good look for you, man. You gonna ask the one black guy to pump the gas for you? Shit.
Okay. Nolan!
What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the Friday the 13th reboot, released in 2009. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some production facts, box office performance, and ultimately my thoughts on the movie overall. So be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content like this. And without further ado, let's get into it. Released during the 2000s remake boom period and produced by Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay's horror remake company, Friday the 13th serves as both a remake and a reboot. Instead of retelling just one movie, it blends elements from the first four films into a single streamlined story, which is what I personally like about this movie. Playing Jason this time around would be Derek Mears, a 6'5" stuntman who has a lovable and wholesome personality out of character, which made producers reluctant to cast him in the first place. But once in character, he embodies this more modern iteration of Jason Voorhees to a T, because he is absolutely terrifying. In this movie, we open with a quick recap of Pamela Voorhees' death, followed by a brutal opening massacre that reintroduces Jason as a fast, intelligent, and ruthless killer. 6 weeks later, another group of young adults arrive near Crystal Lake looking for a fun getaway, only to find Jason waiting for them instead, armed with traps, underground tunnels, and his signature machete. Filming for this movie began in April 2008 in Austin, Texas, and wrapped the following June. At the box office, this movie earned $42 million during its opening weekend, which set a record for the biggest horror movie opening at the time. It went on to gross $91.5 million total on a $17 million budget. As far as what I liked about the 2009 reboot, Derek Mears' performance as Jason is excellent. He is my third favorite Jason actor, only behind Ted White and Kane Hodder respectively. But what he possesses here in this character is just amazing. He brings a predatory intelligence in this role that feels so fresh and different from what we've seen previously in this franchise. Derek Mears' Jason is more of a hunter. He's a survivalist, and it adds a sense of realism to this version of Jason, as he's a regular guy. He's skilled at what he does. He's experienced at what he does in this movie, without adding a sense of supernatural to him, a supernatural edge. He's more grounded in this one, which I really like. And sticking with Jason, his kills here are more vicious and practical than they've ever been, in my opinion. From the chick under the dock, she's hiding from Jason as he is searching for her, and then he ultimately finds her. He stabs her through the top of the head, and he lifts her up with the machete. You have that kill. You have the sleeping bag kill with the chick in the opening. Jason put her in a sleeping bag and hangs her over a fire, so really she's roasting alive as her boyfriend is watching in terror. He's in a bear trap. You have that kill, and then you also have a kill that stands out to me personally from this movie, the fire poker kill in the third act, when the cop arrives to the house and he's at the front door, and Jared Padalecki's character Clay opens the door, or is about to open the door, and Jason hops down from the porch and he just stabs the cop in the eye. And I love how that shot, the camera going from cop side into the house. These kills to me are quick and simple, but they're still brutal, and they just display Jason's swiftness with his kills here. I think this movie is well shot. I love the cinematography in this movie. A lot of people don't like it because it feels like a music video, and it does. It has the music video feel and quality to it, but I honestly think it's one of the better looking movies in this franchise, and I just love some of the shots here and some of the camera work that this movie has. So well shot movie, good looking movie, and great camera work in some spots. And finally, Clay, played by Jared Padalecki, is a likable character. He's interesting, he's a great lead, and you're actually sympathetic for him as he's on the search for his sister Whitney, who was a part of the group in the opening massacre of this movie. And Clay is basically the modernized version of Rob from part 4, with the whole searching for his sister angle. But unlike Rob, Clay actually puts up a fight against Jason. He is actually a part of the third act of this movie, and it's a pretty close fight. I mean, both Jared Padalecki and Derek Mears are both 6'5", 6'6", so it's a pretty close matchup here. But in the end, the siblings team up to take down the big JV and put an end to him once and for all. But yeah, I like the Clay character here, one of the better characters in this franchise, and he is the best character in this entire movie to me. As far as what I'm on the fence about this reboot, the characters in this movie, they are just exaggerated stereotypes of the typical horror movie characters, especially around this time. I mean, the hot chick Bree, the character of Chewie, which I love. I have fun with Chewie. I think he feels the most natural out of all these group of characters. To me, he is the typical stoner character. And Trent, everybody loves Trent, or at least have grown to Trent over the years. And I have fun with Trent too. He's a funny character. He's both a douchebag, but showing signs of insecurity within himself once he's around Clay. And I also have fun with Jenna, Danielle Panabaker's character here. In my opinion, I was more interested in her than I was Whitney. I don't know if I'm alone with that sentiment there, but I think when the story is following Clay and Jenna, you're more interested in them than you are Clay and Whitney, which are the siblings. Honestly, all of these characters follow a certain trope of just being the typical horror movie characters that you've seen in other films. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. And finally, in this section, the chair jumper ending with Jason popping out the dock and grabbing Whitney as a last minute jump scare. I don't feel like they needed to do that. It's kind of paying homage to what the original Friday the 13th did, with Jason popping out the lake, grabbing Alice and pulling her back under. I feel like with this being a reboot, it could have ended definitively, or it could have, if you wanted to do something last minute, you could have came up with something better. But I just think the last minute jump scare is kind of redundant at this point. Not a big deal. I just feel like something else could have been done since this is a reboot, but hey, it is what it is. Now, as far as what I didn't like about this reboot, I feel like after the opening massacre scene, it's like the second act drags a little bit until we get to the third act. Jason, he's sprinkled throughout the movie, kills the guy to get his hockey mask in the barn. But after that opening sequence, the movie never picks up that momentum until we get to the third act. And my biggest issue with this movie is that it feels a whole lot similar to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003. And fittingly enough, this movie has the same director as that movie. It has the same cinematographer. It has the same producers, the same composer even. So a lot of the same crew from that Texas Chainsaw movie, they worked on this movie as well, 6 years later, which is nothing wrong with that. But it just feels like this movie has no personality of its own. It does within the Friday the 13th franchise. It feels a hell of a lot different from Paramount films, and especially the New Line films. I'm looking at you, Jason Goes to Hell. It feels different in that regard, but as a remake or as a reboot on its own, it feels exactly the same like the 2003 Texas Chainsaw movie from the townsfolk, giving Jared Padalecki's character Clay the stink eye of saying, hey, we just want to be left alone, and so does he. Like that one lady tells Clay, and Clay is like, who is he? Who are you referring to? So it almost seems like I'm watching some kind of spinoff with a Hewitt family member that has relocated to this campground and is taking out all these young adults. But that is it, guys. Those are my thoughts and opinions about the 2009 Friday the 13th reboot. Tell me what you think about this one down in the comment section below. Is this one of your favorites? If you think this is one of the better remakes or reboots that came out during that time frame or that time period when all these studios were pushing out these remakes, let me know that down below. Personally, I think this is one of the better entries in this franchise. It is not a bad remake or reboot. It is not a terrible movie. Yes, these characters are stereotypical as all can be, but Jason in this movie is amazing. Derek Mears is phenomenal as Jason. And it's too bad that this movie never had a sequel, because I think it had some legs, especially with the ending that this movie gave us, there was potential there, but hell, it's been 17 years and we still ain't got no Jason on the big screen since then, and no rumors in play. But yeah, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as far as the future of the channel goes, I honestly don't know. Like I stated in my previous episode with Jason X, there's a lot of things going on in my life. Channel may be dormant for a while, but I'm gonna try my best to come back and give you guys something different, you know, not just horror. I'm trying to branch out into other genres, but just be on the lookout. And I got some things planned for this channel. I don't want it to die an early death. But yeah, guys, until next time, I'm Bran. Thanks for watching. Peace.